Hi friends, it's Nicole. Welcome to a Cherry on Top YouTube Hop for December. Today we are sharing traditional projects, and I am going to be making a 6x8 layout using Simple Stories' newest collection, Hard Candy Christmas. I love this collection. It's so pretty. The pinks and the aquas. It's such a pretty collection. And so I'm going to start by cutting down this 6x8 paper about 1/4 inch at the top and the sides, just so that I can add this to the base of the layout and it has a nice border. And then I'm just going to go ahead and mount this down to the center of the layout, or the paper here. Okay, I love this ornament paper. It's so pretty and it's perfect for what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to cut down the 3x4 photos slightly smaller so that they fit in a 3x4 mat that I'm looking for papers to use. And I'm trying to find the colors that won't clash with what I have in mind. So I'm going to go with the pink, and then I'm going to go with the green. I'm going to cut this down to 3x4 and mount both photos to those mats. And I just like to do this because it makes the photos pop and it just looks nicer. And now I'm going to go ahead and place them on here. I don't really have an idea of exactly how this design is going to look. I do know I'm going to use both photos, so I don't have a whole lot of space to work with. I'm going to go ahead and cut these tags out because I do like to add tags behind the photos. I'm going to punch a hole in there and put those down just for now. I'm thinking I'm just going to move the photos around until I'm happy, and then I'm not going to mount anything down until I know that everything works. The title's a little big, but I like that, and I'm definitely going to use the tree. The tree is super fun, so I'm going to use that. And the lights are cute. I am basically using the page kit for the whole layout, with the exception of the paper pad, the decorative rad, and the enamel dots. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this down because now I think I have an idea of what this is going to look like. I'm going to glue down the lights and pull up the lights a little bit to add just dimension so that they're not flat. And then I'm going to go ahead and place this photo. I'm just making sure it looks right before I mount anything down. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the tree down. And I use foam strips to pop up the tree to add dimension. It's so cute. And then I'm going to add some white string to this tag and then cut the end down a little bit. And then I have pink. And I'm going to add pink in this one. This is so pretty. I just love it. It makes me happy. I'm totally ready for Christmas, decorating, and all that good stuff. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut the excess down from the picture. Alright, and then I lifted up the lights a little bit more. I'm going to glue this part down. And if you noticed, I cut that light die cut in half so that I can spread it across the page. It's just a fun way to stretch your supplies. And then I was going to use the berry, but it didn't look right there, so I'm still trying to pull the top together. I'm going to go ahead, I cut this down, the wrapping, a little bit and tucked it behind the photo so that it's, and it's a nice cluster. And then I cut this image out from the banner because I just want to use part of that. And it just shows that you don't need to use die cuts exactly how they are made. You can fussy cut the patterns out of them just to make them work for you. And I'm going to go ahead and add foam strips to the title just so that it pops off the page to add dimension. And this is just fun. I just love how this is coming together. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and place that across there so that I don't cover the lights completely. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some journaling to the tag. Basically, we've had fake trees for a long time, and this is the first year in like 10 years that we had a real tree, and I was super excited about that. I love the smell of a tree. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use foam strips to pop up this piece I cut out from the flag, and I'm going to place it right there. I just love how that looks. And then the berries, I'm going to go ahead and glue that right here just to add something else and use up the page kit. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place some enamel dots down to add dimension to the ornaments. I love the colors, they're kind of shimmery and they look really pretty. And I'm going to go ahead and alternate between the pink and aqua at the top there. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some to the berries to make that pop a little bit. And then one more. See how much that adds to the layout. And now I'm going to go ahead and try to put some decorative badges on here. I don't want to overdo it. I'm just looking to see what I want to do. I was going to add those to the tree, but I didn't like how that looked. I kind of like the tree the way it is, so I decided not to do that. But if you like that idea, you can do that. And then I really like this brad, but I figured it's a little too much. I was going to use it as a tree topper, and then I decided I didn't like that. I'm just not going to use it. I'm going to use it for another project. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the smaller one to the tag, just to add something there. And then I'm going to do something with the other tag. And then I started to add two. That's a little too much. I feel I took it off. I'm just going to keep it with one. And there's my layout. Thanks so much for watching today. And please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Take care.